Alright, so with another year slowly coming to a close, can't believe I'm saying that, on the eve of Halloween, on the eve of Agatha All Along finale, Marvel has released its TV schedule for next year, for 2025. So let's go over that and starting with January 29th will be Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is an animated series which I understand is in a alternate universe. It's still Tom Holland Spider-Man, but in an alternate universe, which, okay, I mean, this is a multiverse saga, so it would make sense that we would have stories in different universes. So it's the synopsis here says the animated series will bring some new characters to the story of Peter Parker's first year as the web slinger, including Nico Minoru, who was part of the Runaways, and Amadeus Cho, who is one of the Hulks. So he became the Incredible Hulk, I guess you could say, after Bruce, but Bruce is still around, so at least I think he's still around in the comics. Anyway, so next we have Daredevil Born Again, which is going to premiere March 4th. And it does, apparently there is a sizzle reel, and I'm loath to show it because I tried to do a teaser trailer for Thunderbolts and it immediately got blocked. So, not trying that again. But I'll just explain what's going on. But the teaser finally provides a first robust look at the show, which will continue the events from the Daredevil series that ran on Netflix for 3 seasons from 2015 to 2018. Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin have already popped up a few times, including on the Disney... Get to the synopsis here, people. So... And also returning is Jon Bernthal as Frank Castle, of course, the Punisher. Wilson Bethel as Bullseye, Benjamin Dex Poindexter. And I'm sorry, I cannot hear that name without thinking of Revenge of the Nerds. I just can't. The teaser also includes a blink and you'll miss it shot of the menacing white mask villain Muse. And from what I'm hearing is that normally Kingpin is the bad guy in Daredevil. And I'm not going to say he's a good guy in this, but because it's a enemy is my friend situation where Muse is the more immediate threat, so they band together to deal with it. So that's what I've been hearing from Emergency Awesome. Whether that is true or just speculation, I don't know. I haven't seen anything, so he could be right. Not going to say he isn't. So next up, on June 24th, is Ironheart. Finally, I mean, it seems like it's been, 5 years since the show has been announced, which continues the story of the genius inventor Riri Williams, played by Dominique Thorne, first introduced in 2022's Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So it's only been a couple years. It seems like it's been forever. Will finally debut after starting production in June 2022. As the teaser showcases Riri's prowess with her supersuit, we hear Anthony Ramos as the villain Parker Robbins, aka the Hood, spell out his morally dubious philosophy. Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. Now, the Penguin series is currently airing, and to be honest, I could hear that coming out of Oswald's mouth. I could totally hear that coming out of the Penguin's mouth. I really could. All right. The teaser only offered 2 tantalizing shots from the animated series Eyes of Wakanda, which will detail the efforts of the Wakandan war dogs throughout the nation's history to recover vibranium artifacts. The 4-episode series will premiere on August 6th. All right. Next up is Marvel Zombies, in which many of the studio's most beloved superheroes, including Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and Clint Barton, became part of an army of the undead, will be the Marvel's first TVMA animated show. Naturally, it is set to debut in October 2025. It's basically doing the same thing that Agatha is doing this year. It's meant to be a Halloween production. All right. The most striking revelation in the teaser came in the brief footage from Wonder Man, starring Emmy winner Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who you will remember as Black Manta in Aquaman. And he's playing Simon Williams. In the comics, the character is a business scion who runs afoul of Stark Industries en route to becoming the titular superhero. But in the teaser, we first meet Abdul-Mateen Simon as an actor auditioning to play Wonder Man, setting up the show to be a meta comedy about Hollywood and superhero storytelling. Sometimes meta works, look at Deadpool, he's very popular. But, it takes a special something to get it right. We also get a taste of what happens when Simon crosses paths with Trevor Slattery. I was hoping he would end up on the show. I mean, if it's about an actor, it's gotta have Trevor. Ben Kingsley's layabout actor from Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The show will debut in December 2025. And I find that interesting because most of those other shows we knew further in advance that these shows were being produced. And Wonder Man was, at least to me, it seemed like a last-minute addition. And yet it's coming out in 2025. Okay. The studio also announced that the 3rd and final season of What If, the animated series that explores the multiverse for alternate storylines of familiar characters, will debut at the end of this year on December 22nd. The show will likely repeat the release pattern for Season 2, when a new episode debuted every day from December 22nd through the rest of the month. All right, let's see if there's anything else that this article tells us. So the 3 movies that are going to be released next year are Captain America: Brave New World, The Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four: First Steps. And now, obviously, since I don't think Franklin has been born yet, obviously I'm not expecting an Agatha cameo, because it's assumed that they're gonna, by the end of the movie, come to the 616 universe. But it's gonna be interesting to see if Agatha is going to become Franklin's nanny. like it is in the comics. Let's see. I don't think there's much more I needed to say about the movies. Thunderbolts, that looks like it's going to be a ride. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Captain America Brave New World, it looks like it's going to be Sam Wilson truly coming into his own as Captain America. So, yeah, that should be fun. And of course, we're going to get Red Hulk in that movie. I'm kind of bummed because William Hurt, who passed away, and which is why they had to recast the character because they wanted to do Red Hulk. He was so excited at the prospect of doing Red Hulk. He really, really wanted to do Red Hulk, and it bums me out that when an actor really wants to do something but doesn't live long enough to do it. It's really a bummer. But still looking forward to it. I'm really curious how all the bad guys and everything interplays with one another, because we're going to get the Serpent Society, we're going to get the leader, so it's going to be very interesting. Is there going to be, the big boss affecting the Serpent Society? Are they somehow in cahoots, or it just happens to be two bad guys going after our heroes at the same time, and there was no coordination. Thunderbolts, technically that Val is going to be the bad guy because they're basically turning her into Amanda Waller from DC, that the shit she does in the name of the government is sometimes worse than the bad guys that the heroes are sent to deal with. So I'm thinking she's going to be on that par, except they're thunderbolts, so she's not going to be like putting bombs in their brains or anything. And from what I saw, not doing a good job of controlling them. And of course, then it's introducing the Sentry, which that's going to be interesting to see how they do that. Now, Stephen Young, I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, was initially supposed to be the Sentry. Now it looks like we're getting Amadeus Cho in Spider-Man. So I wonder, because initially when he was mentioned as being cast in Thunderbolts, it was assumed he was going to be Amadeus Cho. So maybe they're still going to let him do that. Maybe he will become Amadeus Cho. Because I haven't heard anything about who's playing Amadeus Cho. I assume that the character from The Runaways, I know that there was a Marvel series based on The Runaways, so I don't know if they got the same actor or if they're going with someone else, because actors have this way of growing up. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yes, at the end of the Fantastic Four, apparently Galactus returns. Now, he's going to be in the movie. I shouldn't say it's at the end. I don't know. And, he's tied to Franklin Richards in the comics, so maybe Franklin pops up in the movie. I mean, this is not an origin story, so they could easily have moved them to the point where they're having Franklin and Valeria. So, I don't know. I believe that is all I have. And of course, a lot of these projects that had been previously announced, what seems like forever ago, is because under the previous regime, it was pump shit out like a Pez dispenser. Just pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. Regardless of how good it is, people will want to watch it simply because it's Marvel. They did the same thing with Star Wars. Now they're, they're scaling it back, just like 2 or 3 projects of TV shows, of movies, so it's not feeling overwhelmed. And let's face it, it's not just a matter of being overwhelmed, but if you're in a situation where you just have to constantly pump stuff out, it's not going to be good, because you're no longer given the time to make it good. You're just pumping it out just to pump it out. So hopefully that, obviously I would love it if, I could just watch one Marvel series, then another, then another, then another throughout the year. That would be great. But I would rather it be high quality than, well, let's just throw it out there because we have to. Let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to say about this. I believe that's all I have. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video.